In 1895, the National Trust started out with just 100 members. By our centenary in 1995, we had 3 million members, and this year, just 25 years later, we're on the cusp of our 6 millionth member. All people who share our belief that nature, beauty and history are for everyone. And it's your support that have enabled us to look after all those wild and precious places that are in our care, so that future generations may still find the same joy, refreshment and solace that you do.
2020 is our anniversary year, and it was going to be a moment for us all to look back and celebrate all that's been achieved in the last 125 years, thanks to you, our members, our volunteers and our staff. One of the highlights in the calendar was to have been a wonderful garden party hosted by our President, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, in the beautiful gardens of Buckingham Palace. Considering the glorious weather that we've had of late, I've no doubt that the sun would have shone for the 8,000 members, volunteers and friends we were hoping to spend the day with. Our best laid plans. But although the global pandemic means that we can't celebrate together in person, we still wanted to gather together and thank you for your support. And so it gives me a huge amount of pleasure to let you know that we have a very special personal message for you all from our President, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales.
Ladies and gentlemen, at a time when we were due to come together to mark the National Trust's 125th anniversary at Buckingham Palace, I just wanted to recognise and celebrate the wonderful team of staff, volunteers and members who make this organisation what it is today. As the Trust's co-founder, Octavia Hill, famously observed, the sight of sky and things growing are fundamental needs, common to all. This is as true now as it was then. Today, 125 years later, it is astonishing to think that the National Trust manages 250,000 hectares of precious landscapes, 780 miles of coastline and more than 500 historic properties for the public to enjoy. It is the most remarkable organisation. Yet, as I think the prevailing health emergency has shown us, the solace and inspiration of nature is utterly vital to our collective well-being. Watching the blossom unfurl from our windows or listening to the magic of the rising dawn chorus reminds us that the natural world will still be there to welcome us all when this pandemic is over. As President of the National Trust, I was particularly keen to take this opportunity to thank all the members and volunteers of this extraordinary organisation for your continued support. Every one of you makes an essential contribution to the Trust, and one that enables it to provide what I expect we always yearn for, the tonic of the natural world. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing could give me greater pleasure than to wish the National Trust the happiest of birthdays, and I hope you all have a really splendid afternoon of tea and cake. But I'm only so sorry that we cannot enjoy it all together.
I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say how proud I feel to hear those words spoken by our President, and I thank him enormously for taking the time to record that message for us. During the last few weeks, it's become clear just how much the nation has needed green spaces to nourish body, mind and of course spirit. As His Royal Highness has said, one of our founders, Octavia Hill, spoke of how the need of air, the sight of sky and of the things growing seem human needs common to all. Back in January, I announced our plans to help people reach those green spaces, wherever they are. And even though we're now in a very changed world, our mission stays exactly the same. Nature gives people hope. All the spring blossom this year, the everyday joy of birdsong, or the glimpse of a sunset on an evening walk, these all remind us that we have to look forward to when we can safely return to the places we love. Our purpose is to protect and care for places so that people and nature can thrive. It's so profoundly important, now more than ever, and your support is critical to our being able to do just that. It is your loyalty that has kept us going and allowed us to keep up the essential conservation work during lockdown, and I just can't thank you enough.
So as we start that mammoth task of reopening our places and welcoming all those people back again, we once again are going to need to ask for your support. You will play a crucial part in helping us stay open and stay safe. And so I ask you to be patient as we introduce new ways to enable you to visit our places safely. Those places that you've been missing so much during the lockdown. Your safety and that of our volunteers and our staff has to be our top priority. But we have missed you all so much, and we can't wait to welcome you back again. Thank you.